The Cape Chamber of Commerce and Industry has slammed Eskom for pursuing a 17% tariff increase from the National Energy Regulator. The utility, that's Eskom, says it needs 27 billion rand from consumers in the next year to meet its financial obligations. Eskom's currently over 400 billion rand in debt. The Cape Chamber's Executive Director, Peimer, speaks to ENCA now via Skype. Mr. Peimer, thank you for your time. You're slamming Eskom. It sounds like it's drowning in debt. What does the future look like for the national power utility?
Well, if nothing substantial changes, the future, unfortunately, looks like the past. More unreliable energy. We're looking at load shedding. We're looking at foreign direct investment, or losing confidence in the country. Because what business needs most of all is certainty. And that's one thing that Eskom is not supplying.
But they certainly seem to have a figure for that percentage tariff increase, 17%. There's your certainty, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's the certainty we have to suffer. Yeah, it's unacceptable. I think it should be dramatically decreased to something close to CPI. And then Eskom should understand that it's a business that's got to come right. And probably in 2 years' time, when they do the next multi-year price determination, they should probably be ready for a 0% increase. Because the businesses are suffering and businesses are closing. I mean, there are a lot of things affecting the economy. Once electricity costs spike and it affects your expenses, then your decision to close becomes, unfortunately, I won't say an easier one, but a more prominent or more likely decision. And we have seen businesses close.
Can you give us some examples, perhaps through engagements at the Cape Chamber of Commerce? What sort of businesses are closing? What anecdotes can you share about the crunch effect of load shedding and Eskom's problems?
Yeah, well, one example would be obviously the manufacturing industry. That they need to, everybody needs to control their costs today. And if your power is going to go down in the middle of the day, you've got a shift that you're paying for. If you've got a consignment that needs to be delivered, you're then going to have to pay overtime. And you're probably going to make nothing or a loss on whatever you're producing at the time. And that's just one example. And then obviously in the Western Cape, for us, tourism and agriculture are key industries. For tourism, it certainly doesn't encourage tourism. The restaurants, the restaurants that are in malls are probably less affected, but independent restaurants, the power goes down and they've got a problem. With agriculture, obviously with agri-processing, if you don't have a secure power supply, it makes it incredibly difficult.
Now, Mr. Peimer, we understand that Eskom power plants in some cases haven't been repaired or renovated in up to 37 years. Surely the counter-argument to your critique is that without tariff increases, the national power utility simply cannot do the sort of work it needs to do, and that may have a knock-on effect, including ongoing load shedding.
Yeah. The mechanical breakdowns is a symptom. It's a symptom of poor management, poor understanding of prognosis, and if we don't turn that around, we are now just going to throw good money after bad. So we need to fix the core issues. We need to look at management. We unfortunately have got the power generation capacity that we have got at the moment. We're very heavily invested in coal. But once again, that comes down to management. We try to distribute coal supply among smaller suppliers, but that was mismanaged. The breakdown in machinery or generating capacity is a symptom of management that unfortunately hasn't done its job.
Sid Peimer there, Cape Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, speaking about their critique of a proposed 17% tariff increase to Eskom tariffs, currently in discussion with the National Energy Regulator.